Dear grade 12 learners, today is another day full of joy and exciting learning experiences about cookery in seafood. Recording from Nagilian, La Union, I'm Mrs. Brenda Bandarana Gino Casa of Nagilian Senior High School in Sanaro. I am your teacher in cookery and seafood, aspiring to continue the tradition of quality education despite the challenges brought about by COVID-19 pandemic.
To start this video presentation, let us first have a short prayer. Let us bow our heads and feel the presence of the Lord. It is also necessary for us to know first the classroom rules to be followed during the entire video lesson. So here are the classroom rules. Number 1. First, be attentive all the time. Avoid distractions during the video lesson. Number 2. Watch attentively the entire video lesson. Activities will follow after the video lesson. And the third, the last one is to submit your performance task to your teacher through Messenger. Before we proceed to our lesson, let us have a recap of what we have discussed last meeting. Before getting deeper to our lesson, let us review our previous lesson by answering what is asked. You will be given 5 seconds to answer each question. What is the problem that is usually encountered when using acid or acid ingredients such as lemon or vinegar? A. Scorching. B. Skin formation. C. Thinning of gel. D. Weak gelling. Number 2. Which of the following is the most possible result of too much liquid in relation to the starch? A. Scorching. B. Skin formation. C. Thinning of gel. D. Weak gelling. Number 3. Which of the following should be done to make sure that the plate is not too big or too small to squeeze enough quantity? A. Placing your ingredients. B. Choose the right plate. C. First thing first. D. Safe temperatures. Number 4. Before you begin presenting the pasta, which one you could consider most as to which kind of pasta you are serving along with the portion? A. Placing your ingredients. B. Choose the right plate. C. First thing first. D. Safe temperatures. Number 5. Which of the following is true? Factor that affects starch phase, viscosity, and starch gel viscosity. A. The kind of utensils used in the process of preparation. B. The brand of stew used in preparation. C. The amount of salt and vinegar used. D. The kind of amount of starch used. last one is to submit your performance task to your teacher through Messenger. We are now in quarter 1. I am going to discuss with you learning outcome number 4, module 7 and 8, week 7 and 8, store, starch, and cereal dishes. In this session, you learn how to, at the end of the lesson, the learners will be able to. Let us start by identifying the objectives of our lesson for today. Objective number 1, identify the proper storage of pasta. Objective number 2, practice FIFO rules in storing. Objective number 3, apply FIFO rules in storing.
This time, I am yourself. My complete personal protective equipment PPE. So, let us start our presentation.
Here is the introduction of our lesson. Proper storage of food is very crucial in keeping food safe because the manner and temperature of storage will affect the food's susceptibility to bacterial growth, other contaminants, and infestation. Storing food will not improve its quality. It will only delay the rate of deterioration, and thus the proper period of storage should also be observed. FIFO, first in, first out, in storing food is very important, though it is long time method in storekeeping, where the first food stored should be the first food out to be from the storage. It is high time to make it a habit or put into a practice. Write the expiry date, date received, and date of storage to the food package and regularly check the expiration date. How to store pasta noodles. Pasta is stored in airtight containers. Pasta noodles are usually sold dry at the grocery store, allowing you to store them with other staples in your pantry. Dry noodles have a long storage life when properly packaged. Improper storage causes the pasta to become moist, which leads to mildew. Even without moisture, pasta could become stale if it is not stored correctly. Proper storage ensures your pasta to always taste its best. Dry pasta. Remove the pasta from the store packaging if the noodles come in a box or other airtight container. Place the noodles in a closest tightly. For long noodles such as spaghetti, use a tall plastic container. Seal the bag or screw the lid on tightly. Store the pasta in a cool, dry place. Dry pasta is stored indefinitely but should be used within 2 years to prevent loss of flavor. Store dried eggs, noodles for up to 6 months. Dried pasta need not to be refrigerated. It can be stored on the shelf in an airtight container in dry area that is not exposed to extreme temperature. Dried pasta can be stored indefinitely and still be safe to eat, but recommend storing dried pasta for no more than 2 years to obtain the best if used by date, which indicates that the flavor, color, and nutritional value may be affected if it is used beyond the date. Cook pasta. Pour the noodles into colander. Allow as much moisture as possible to drain. Noodles left in standing water become overly soft and mushy. Sprinkle 1 teaspoon salad oil over the noodles. Toast the pasta so the noodles are evenly coated in the oil. Salad oil prevents the pasta from sticking together. Place the pasta in a tight sealed container. Store in the refrigerator for 3 to 5 days. Cooked pasta can be stored unsauced in an airtight container and refrigerated for 4 to 5 days. The sauce should be refrigerated separate from the pasta and can be stored for 6 or 7 days. This prevents the pasta from soaking up too much flavor and oil from the sauce, which causes the taste of the pasta to be eaten within 1 to 2 days. To limit the amount of sauce that is absorbed, if cooked pasta is not going to be used within the suggested time period, it should be frozen and it can be stored for approximately 3 months. Frozen cooked pasta should be thawed in the refrigerator and not on the kitchen counter. Store cook the pasta as you normally would and then rinse with cold water and allow it to drain well. Add a small amount of olive oil or butter to help prevent the pasta from clumping together while it is stored. Use only enough oil or butter to lightly coat the pasta. To refrigerate, place the pasta in airtight plastic bag or an airtight container and place in the refrigerator. To freeze, place in an airtight plastic freezer bag and press out as possible and place in the freezer. If storing sauce pasta, eat within 1 to 2 days to prevent it from absorbing too much sauce. When refrigerating or freezing cooked pasta, be sure it is stored in a well-sealed container so that it does not absorb any odor. Cooked lasagna and baked pasta dishes can be refrigerated or frozen in the same manner as plain cooked pasta. The lasagna and casseroles should be first cut into individual serving before placing them in a sealed bag or container. This will make it easier when reheating. If you have an entire lasagna or pasta dish to refrigerate or freeze, it can be left in the baking dish and tightly covered before storing. The lasagna baked pasta dishes can be refrigerated for 3 or 4 days, or they can be placed in a freezer and kept for approximately 3 months. If frozen, the pasta dish should be thawed in the refrigerator and not on the kitchen counter. Pressed pasta. Pressed pasta should ideally be used on the same day as manufactured. This is not always possible, but if it is used within the next 2 days, it will give adequate result. After this, it tends to crack through excess drying. It must be stored, keep it well covered in the fridge. To minimize the risk of this happening, frozen peeled pastas will keep for up to 3 months if held at 18 degrees Celsius or lower. Pressed pasta can be stored in the refrigerator for 2 or 3 days. If the pasta will not be used within that time, it can be frozen and stored in the freezer for 2 to 3 months. Homemade pasta can be stored in the refrigerator for 1 to 2 days or frozen for 2 to 3 months. Homemade pasta can also be allowed to dry thoroughly and then placed in a plastic bag or airtight container. The length of time it will take to dry will vary depending on the type of pasta and its size, shape, and thickness. If dried completely, the pasta can then be stored in a cold dry place for a couple of months. If you are going to use the pasta on the same day as it is made, you can allow it to dry on a clean towel for a couple of hours before you cook it, unless it is stuffed pasta. Stuffed pasta such as ravioli should be cooked within half an hour. Otherwise, it will begin to discolor and become damp. If it is not going to be cooked immediately, it should be placed on a lightly floored towel that is placed on the baking sheet. Sprinkled lightly with flour and then placed in the freezer. Once they are frozen, they can be stored in the freezer, prop bag or wrap, and then place it in the freezer for 8 to 9 months. Frozen pasta does not have to be thawed before it is cooked. Just place the frozen pasta into boiling water and reheat it. It will need to cook a little longer than unfrozen pasta. Tips and warnings. Store pasta sauce separate from the noodles, otherwise the noodles will become mushy. You can freeze cooked pasta, but it may be too soft once stored, and use frozen pasta in baked dishes. Okay, your performance task. Direction. Answer the following items concisely and briefly. Write your answer in short bond paper. Explain in at least 2 paragraphs the principles behind FIFO. Second, create a slogan showing or emphasizing the importance of proper storing of food. Your output will be rated using the scoring rubric below. Done creatively and neatly showing much relevance to the given topic, 5 points. Done creatively and neat enough with relevance to the given topic, 4 points. Done creatively and neat enough but no relevance to given topic, 3 points. Done simply and neat enough but not so relevant to the given topic, 2 points. And done poorly with erasures and irrelevant to the given topic, 1 point. For the evaluation, direction. Read each sentence carefully. Choose the letter which corresponds to the correct answer. Write the letter of your answer at the blank before each number. Number 1. Which among the following different pasta can be stored in airtight containers? A. Pasta noodles. B. Pasta sweets. C. Pasta sauce. D. Pasta cream. Number 2. Which among the following pasta must be removed from the store packaging if the noodles come in a box or other non-airtight containers? A. Dry pasta. B. Cooked pasta. C. Fresh pasta. D. Frozen pasta. Number 3. Which among the following pasta is kept in a tight sealed container and is stored in the refrigerator for 3 to 5 days? A. Dry pasta. B. Cooked pasta. C. Fresh pasta. D. Frozen pasta. Number 4. Which among the following pasta could ideally be used on the same day of manufacture? A. Dry pasta. B. Cooked pasta. C. Fresh pasta. D. Frozen pasta. Number 5. Which among the following pasta does not have to be thawed before it is cooked? A. Dry pasta. B. Cooked pasta. C. Fresh pasta. D. Frozen pasta. Number 6. Which among the following is the most appropriate meaning of FIFO? A. Pan in, pan on. B. First in, fight out. C. First in, first out. D. Feed in, feed out. Number 7. Food stuff has a certain shelf life and storing requirement. Which of the following food items can be stored in the refrigerator for 2 or 3 days? A. Cooked pasta. B. Dried pasta. C. Fresh pasta. D. Frozen pasta. Number 8. Which among the following noodles is made from either flour and water or flour, water and egg? A. Chinese noodles. B. Cantonese noodles. C. Udon noodles. D. Somen noodles. Number 9. Which of the following is the best way to stock pasta? A. Separate pasta from the noodles. B. Put pasta under the table. C. Mix pasta with ice. D. Cover pasta with a bowl. And number 10. Which of the following best describe the characteristics of a pressed pasta? A. Pressed pasta can be stored in the refrigerator 4 to 7 days. B. Pressed pasta should be used on the day of its manufacture. C. Pressed pasta can be eaten raw. D. Pressed pasta can be served mushy. And your assignment, read quarter 2, prepare vegetables and seafood dishes.
I hope you learned a lot from this video lesson. That ends our lesson for today. Nice to see you again during our next episode. Once again, this is Brenda Bandarana Pasta of Nagilian Senior High School Standard, your teacher in Cookery and Cooking.